Hello everyone. So obviously by the title you guys are wondering like how the hell does she not know, and this is why I wanted to make this video because a lot of people were saying why didn't I say anything, and I just wanted to make it a little bit more clear as into why I didn't say anything. This is going to be a different video as into the ones I usually make, but yeah, I didn't know I was 6 months pregnant, and it's just really crazy. Oh my gosh. That's just really crazy because I'm going to give you guys a brief history as into why I didn't know, because a lot of people are going to be like, how did you not know? Like, do you not get periods? No, I don't. I have irregular periods. I've always had irregular periods ever since I started. I remember when I had my period, I was 11 years old, and I think that was like the summer going into 6th grade of middle school, and I remember that was I had it twice that year. 7th grade, I didn't have my period at all. 8th grade, I probably had it like once that year. Freshman year, I think I had my period 3 times that year. And then sophomore year, I don't think I had my period at all. Junior year, I thought I was starting to become regular because I had my period like four times in a row, like within each other. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna start having regular periods, and then it completely threw off again. Senior year, the same thing, and then I had my period probably like twice after I graduated. I graduated like 2 years ago now. So yeah, I don't get my period. So if you're wondering what about my periods, I don't have my periods. So that's why having a period to me was, not having a period was so normal. Like, I didn't think anything was different because I just didn't get my periods. So this is where it gets tricky. So I had found out I was pregnant when I was like 10 weeks. And because I remember I took a pregnancy test and it came out positive, so I was like, okay, so I'm pregnant. And I did the calculation, so I'm like, oh, okay, I'm like 10 weeks, because I started having nausea. I was throwing up in the morning. I wasn't feeling right. And I've had a miscarriage before, so that's why I knew, like, I felt like I was pregnant, because I had a miscarriage. I had a miscarriage before, but those were the symptoms that I had. So this is, like I said, where it gets tricky. So it turns out I was supposed to have 2 babies. I didn't know this. I guess like twins don't run in my family. Twins don't run in Dylan's family. And I remember I had a miscarriage, and I remember I saw it. That's why I was like, okay, well, I just had a miscarriage. And I remember Dylan was there with me, so it was like, I didn't think I was pregnant, because like, I'm all about letting your body heal naturally. Like, I've said this before, I don't like to take medication because I like to do all natural remedies. So that's why I never went to the doctor, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna let my body heal naturally like I did last time. So I mean, after a week after I had my miscarriage, all my symptoms went away. All of them went away. I had no nausea. I wasn't throwing up in the morning. I actually lost weight. I was losing weight. I mean, I thought I was losing weight because I was working out as well too. So I was like, okay, well, I was working out all the time. I was eating right. I mean, I'm still eating right. All I drink is water, 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 water. So I mean, nothing was like out of the ordinary. My life was I thought I had a miscarriage. I was like, okay, well, I mean, I have to move on with my life. So even at, like, I didn't grow anything. My pants still fit me. All my clothes still fits me. Like, all my clothes still fits me, which is like surprising. Even my coworkers were like, I didn't grow a stomach until like now. Like, I'm being serious, until like now. And I just remember I went to the doctor because I felt like I felt like my stomach was a little bit hard, but at the bottom, and I was like, that's weird, and then I was like, I don't know what that could be. And I remember I told one of my coworkers, and she told me that she had fibroids, and I was like, okay, well, but one of the reasons you have fibroids, it's because, you know, your hormones get unbalanced. So that's why I thought maybe I had the miscarriage, because my hormones were unbalanced. So I was thinking maybe it's that, but I have to go to the doctor. You know, I finally made an appointment to go to the doctor because I hate going to the doctor. And the doctor was like, I told him like that I don't have my periods, I'm irregular, you know, all that stuff that they ask you. And then he was like, you don't get your periods, but you were pregnant, because I had my miscarriage in October. And I was like, I mean, yeah, I mean, I was pregnant. I mean, I don't have my periods, but I was pregnant. Like, am I not supposed to be pregnant? But I mean, he couldn't do anything, so he'd send me to another doctor. And then when I remember I got there, I had to fill out more paperwork. And I just need to take a breather. I remember I went in there, and then Dylan was with me. I remember she went in there, and you know, they were checking for abdominal mass, because the doctor felt something like hard and like on my lower stomach, but he couldn't tell what it was because I didn't look pregnant. I mean, I didn't look pregnant at all. So they were like, okay, we're gonna do a sonogram. So they did a sonogram. They were checking, and then the lady was like, oh, I can see you're pregnant. And I'm like, I can see why you feel like you have something hard in your stomach, because you're pregnant. And I was like, okay, I'm pregnant. Like, okay, you know, like, okay, I'm pregnant. But then I was thinking, okay, I'm probably like 3 months. And then she was like, I remember I looked at the screen, and the baby looked so big, and I was like, how far along would I be? And then she told me, you know, let me just check. So she was like checking, like, I don't know what she was doing, but she was doing something measuring, I guess. And she was like, well, you're 24 weeks and 4 or 5 days. She said 4 days, I think. Yeah, she said 24 weeks and 4 days. And I was like, okay, like, what? This is like, and she's like, you're due April 27th. And I wasn't thinking about it until Dylan told me, like, you're 6 months. Like, I was like, what? Like, I can't believe I'm 6 months and I didn't know I was pregnant this whole time. Like, when she told me that, I was like bawling, because I was like, is my baby okay? Because I have no idea if she's okay. Like, at work, I mean, yeah, I work retail, but sometimes we have shipment, and I carry like heavy boxes. I'm up and down the ladders, and we have these things called lindias, and like sometimes we don't use the ladders, we just climb them, and I climb those sometimes. Like, I just felt, I mean, I was eating right, I drink water all the time, but you know, I wasn't really like taking care of myself like I should have been, and like that kind of like got to me, and I was like, is my baby okay? Like, is she fine? Like, I just want to know if she's okay. And then she was like, because she told me, they told us, the lady was like, yeah, and then she was doing more, and then she was like, you want to know the sex of the baby? I was like, yeah, I want to know. And she's like, it's a girl. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm having a girl. Like, I'm pregnant. Like, I can't believe that. Like, I didn't know this whole time. It's not that I was trying to hide it from my friends or anybody. It's just I had no idea. Because I had no symptoms. Like, I was completely normal. Like, no other. And I couldn't believe that I was supposed to have two. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, like, life is so crazy. And then she was like, yeah, the baby's fine, the baby looks normal, she's okay. And I was like, okay, but I can't. And then after that, she's like, alright, we're done. And I was like, I can't believe that I'm pregnant. Like, Dylan like started crying because it was a girl, because he always wanted a girl. We've always talked about if we had kids, he wanted a girl. So he was really, really happy. I was just still in shock. Like, I couldn't believe I wasn't taking care of myself like I should have been. Like, but it's not that I didn't want to tell anyone that I was pregnant. Like, because my friends messaged me. It's not that I didn't want to tell you guys. It's just I had no idea. And even my coworkers were like, what? Like, you're pregnant? Like, you don't even look pregnant. And I was like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I had no idea. But I know a lot of people are still gonna be like, I can't believe she didn't know she was pregnant. I mean, it's just I had no idea. I mean, I legit had a miscarriage, so that's why I was thinking maybe I'm like 3 months, but I didn't think it was gonna be 6 months. Like, but yeah, I'm having a baby April 27th. She's gonna be a baby girl, and I know, I feel like I'm a little scared to have her, but because I mean, I feel like I missed out. Now I have to do so many things in a small amount of time, but I mean, I'm excited, I'm nervous at the same time. I just remember I had started my channel because I wanted to, put myself out there. Not only that, because I knew my kids one day were gonna see this, and I know you're gonna see this, and because I know you're gonna see this, Alina. You're gonna see this one day, and I just hope that we get to be the best parents that we could be for you. I'm so sorry if, sometimes I would hit my stomach. I was like, oh, I don't know what's wrong with my stomach. It's not that I don't like you. It's just I had no idea. Me and your dad are really excited to have you. And that's basically all. And you're going to be seeing more of you on this channel. Basically, you're going to see everything, how you grew up, how we were as your parents. And I hope I get to capture every moment of you growing up.